All right, we're live.
I need you so bad. I'm down on my grind. I stare out the window, feeling no sense of time. And I need a distraction from checking my vibe. I need a lover's reaction if my love's still alive. Life's so crazy and it pays when you sleep in the tiger cage. Your heart, any place, they ain't never finding your remains.
A day, a month, 5 years from now. A day, a month, 5 years from now. A day, a month, 5 years from now. A day, a month, 5 years from now.
You made a mistake going out of your way. You're not losing love. Too little, too late, and you don't seem to be critical. I can't relate. Hope the damage is minimal. If you're still awake, life's so great and it pays when you sleep in the tiger cage. Your heart, any place, they ain't never finding your remains. Life's okay and it pays when you sleep in the tiger cage. Your heart, any place, they ain't never finding your remains. Life's so great and it pays when you sleep in the tiger cage. Your heart, any place, they ain't never finding your remains. Life's okay and it pays when you sleep in the tiger cage. Your heart, any place, they ain't never finding your remains.
Hello and happy Saturday, everyone. You are listening to the Corrupting Your Kids live stream. It's your host, Pantsu Party. Tonight we have some special people here today. One of them isn't here yet. We're supposed to have the Butthole Man on himself, but he's running a little late. But we also have Tommy Oliver on, who just released his latest game, Ninja Suffering, which is pretty fucking good. Sup, Tom?
Yo, not much. Just chilling. Made some adjustments to the game this morning. Working on a little animation thing now. So, the grind never ends.
Absolutely. I understand, as I am on day 9 of May. Somehow.
Pretty sick. Making it happen. You're almost a third of the way there.
I know, dude. And I already have a ton of blow-off ideas just stowed away in case I need them, so I feel pretty confident. We also have Ash with us.
Yes, I am here and slowly clawing my way out of depression.
Does this thumbnail bring you depression?
You have no idea.
Who's the better raccoon girl?
Yours, obviously.
Azumi.
Fuck yeah.
I was wearing my Azumi shirt
You want to know why,
yesterday.
Tom?
Oh, I was playing the game.
If I haven't made any plot to fuck up yet?
Yeah, basically, Azumi just exists and is cool, and you've left it at that.
Yeah, I'll fuck up eventually, I'm sure. The people demand story.
Tom, the amount of fuck up that Michiru possesses is at a scale that I don't think a single person is actually able to achieve on their own. Like, you could literally do all of it wrong, and just because you are only one person, you won't actually get to the levels.
Man, I can't wait as soon as this podcast is over to go download the rest of these episodes and watch this.
Yeah, I want to watch it too. I have to see how fucking bad it is. I need some trigger in my life. And we also have with us today Michelle, partner of Best Guy Ever.
How dare you introduce me after Ash?
What do you want?
I should be.
You think so?
Yeah, before you.
Did you have a hot intro?
This is my live stream now.
Oh my gosh. Speaking of that, I actually added a new addition to the stream where I have like some fan art cycling through, and there's a ton of old Cockcast shit from Asha.
Good shit.
But yeah, if you have any fan art of me or anybody who's on the show or anything show related, put it in fan art and I'll add it to the little reel in the corner. Also, let me know if it's like in a bad position because I can just like put it somewhere else or make it bigger or smaller.
I like it.
So
good job, kid.
Yeah. Oh boy, Tom, did you see what we did last stream on Wednesday?
I don't think so.
Oh my
I've
God.
been like grinding away on the game, so I've missed like all the internet.
I have not been on social media at all except for like what it pertains to the show. But I made a shirt and printed Ben's old Twitter avatar with like an X out sign on it.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, and I raffled the shirt off for like $120.
Oh my God.
It was totally funny. Totally worth.
Fuck yeah.
But I was
Did you
waiting
just
for
make it
Ben
on a
to like
whim?
notice, but I don't think he ever
No.
did. And I'm
I
like,
did send it to him.
because the main goal of it was to get him to notice that I'm doing the show, so he will come on it.
Ben's
Well, he's-
busy being Ben, whatever that
I know.
entails.
I know.
Tom, Ben is busy.
I mean, I'm sure he's doing something. The man has all the time in the world now. You know,
I
we're
know.
all living the Ben lifestyle.
But Tom, I'm gonna be real with you, Chief.
All right, do it up.
You and Digi, I think, are the only people in the PCP who now, granted, this is all conjecture because I don't actually know, but you and Digi seem to be the only two that actually don't live up to the name procrastinators and actually just like grind your gears constantly.
Digi's like 3 months late on his rants.
But wasn't he doing like other shit? Like he was involved. It wasn't like he
That's what
wasn't.
procrastination is to him. It's to just work
Oh,
on
okay.
whatever
That's not.
whim he
That's not what it
has.
means to me.
Yeah, no.
But no, like just grinding your putting your nose to the grindstone and working on something constantly, right? Like it is my perception, and I fully admit that this may or may not be incorrect. That Tom and Digi are the only two people who who do that. So
You tell me
that-
Tom doesn't procrastinate?
no, I don't think so.
I feel like
It's
I
just-
do, but my
Well,
standards
no,
are
I just-
insanely high, so I
Well,
can't
I
be
just-
an accurate judge of it.
Well, I just don't think. I think that it only looks like you do simply because your particular medium, being like games and 3D stuff, it takes such a significantly longer amount of time to produce a viable like product that it's difficult to see. It's difficult to like measure the pace of what you're doing. But like I'm in your Discord, and so I'm constantly seeing the stuff that you're doing, and so I'm like, yeah, no, Tom is working constantly.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I do a lot of things with very little tangible results in the short term, which is kind of my entire issue of not having enough short form deliverables to keep the people sated and keep the algorithm fed, which has been my struggle for the last like couple months of thinking how to do it, how to fix that. So I'm just trying to do like small little things, which is why I started like the Curious Cat / Askblog, where people can suggest little animations for me to make. I want to do like one of those a week, and I'm finishing up one right now. So fuck yeah, we're fixing the problems as they're being discussed.
Hell yeah. I've been enjoying your Patreon podcast things.
I do a lot of podcasts and stuff. If you're not on my Patreon, you should be. There's like I think 46 bonus podcasts that come out every week, and there's like at least 30 just like bonus like just random rants and reviews on media that I do for even $1 patrons to get access to that. So there's like 80 pieces of exclusive content that have come out over the last year that you've never heard of. You're not giving me that sick cash, bro. So
Yeah.
I'm just
Well,
saying.
what's cool about it for me, and like the reason I particularly like the way that you do podcasts is that they're not like hours and hours long, but they're also longer than like what a YouTube video would be because you're not having to like edit visuals, right? So you're not inclined to try to like shorten down and like condense things so that you don't have to edit as much. So it's like this perfect length of sufficient amount of time to fully express your idea, but not excessively long because there's somebody else there. Like you really have a good formula with those little bonus podcast things I really like.
Yeah, it's like the perfect amount of time just to like do a chore.
Yeah,
love
I
it.
mean, I've doing the bonus podcasts made me like, man, podcasts are good. YouTube is shit. We need to shift the zeitgeist to just people doing podcasts because it's easier, it's better, and they're way like they fit the kind of multitasking nature of like modern humanity of just like constantly having to have some sort of stimulation because you don't have to sit down and watch the video. So it works
Yeah.
better for the consumer and it works better for the producer because I don't have to do like 90% of the bullshit I don't like. Like my problem that I don't make YouTube videos. I have like 5 YouTube videos audio recorded and edited right now and they've been edited for 4 weeks and I refuse to finish them because now I get to the video editing part. I'm like, no, I don't have time for this shit. I just don't. I'm just too busy with other garbage. So podcasts are superior because I just sit down and record and then I'm done and then it's over.
I can't remember the last time I sat down and watched a video.
You're the better of us all
You have
because
been
this is
watching
the
my
worst.
videos?
I do stuff while I watch videos. I never just sit down and watch them.
Never.
That's
ever.
weird.
Well,
some stuff I feel like it's totally fine to, but
Unless it's like a
Yeah.
TikTok compilation.
I really appreciate like edited videos.
I was
now.
starting to think you were like breaching a new level of human consciousness. Then you're just like, I
No.
watch TikTok
No.
compilations, and now I'm just
Oh my
like,
God.
I
oh,
love
God.
garbage. Don't get me wrong.
No. You've breached a new level by going so low. You've reached something
I'm
I've never
somehow
thought
based
possible.
again.
Yeah. It's like coming out on the other side of the world, you know, but with taste. It's what you've done.
That's very true.
Oh boy. So
I'm
have
evolved.
any of you guys played Ninja Suffering?
I have.
I don't. I don't game.
It's a phone game, Michelle. You can play it on your phone.
Oh, I know it's a
You have
phone
no
game.
excuse.
It seems like Flappy Bird, but with a zoomy, which is everything I ever wanted.
Oh, it's
Yeah, it's
way
Flappy
better.
Bird if it wasn't cheap.
Exactly.
It's kind of the idea behind
It's like
it.
Flappy Bird, but Tom.
Yeah, I know. It's
What's your
great.
favorite things?
Oh my gosh.
I will admit I have not played it yet. But that's just because I have not had the time to like go and like get it installed and do all that stuff
Oh
because
my
I've been
gosh.
working and doing other things. But tomorrow I have a day off, so I will be downloading it and it will be my time killer at work from henceforth.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, Jack's Blade is here.
Wow.
Oh, he's
He says
in
What's
Azumi
up,
is
Jax?
based as fuck.
Oh,
Hi,
fuck.
Jack's Blade.
Jax is the current high score of all time of the game. Somehow, because I
Oh
let
my
a couple
god.
I let a couple people play test it before I launched it publicly. Somehow Jax got to 1,290 like within like an hour of playing the game. And no one's
Time
been
to
able
do
to
that,
top it.
and also be so handsome.
Jax is a Super Saiyan in
Oh
real
my
life. That's
God.
my canonical explanation for how he got to 1290 is he just went Ultra Instinct and was able to fucking
Amazing.
get the timing perfectly
I believe
right.
it. I just
I
believe
mean,
it.
I'm not even exaggerating or joking. I just think Jax is Dragon Ball in real life now. Like that's what fandom does when you perfect it to his level. You just becomes real for you. And that's where we're at now.
And you just like bleed that power to everything around you.
It's impressive and I'm very jealous.
I concur.
I want to become such a huge fan of Bakuman that I can become that in real life. That's where I would focus my power if I could.
Well,
Sounds like
it's
good
interesting.
shit.
The game is interesting because it actually brings up something that I like the mere existence of it that I thought was like a potential like funding model for indie development, where like you have a project that's a little bit more ambitious than what you would be able to do quickly, right? And you know that asking money up front for it in like a Kickstarter or whatever crowdfunding method you choose is going to be difficult. And well, this kind of shows that if you're making a game that is kind of reliant on aesthetic, there's no reason that you can't offer like slow trickle on like mini game type reward systems to people. Because if the game is just based on aesthetic, if you make something like what you did, Tom, that is cool because it has the same aesthetic as the thing you intend to make, but mechanically it's just very simple, then why not do that? Like I'm thinking like, why are there not tons of like indie devs doing stuff like this where like while they work on the thing that's going to take them a long time, they can make something small like this and use that to like keep fans interested and satiated in the thing that they've said they want to support.
Yeah, I mean that was the idea, was to make something with a really quick turnaround, because like everyone's saying, oh, you gotta finish things. Like finishing something is a muscle, and you have to keep it in practice. So I didn't make any really new assets for this game. It's using the same tile set and sprites and most of the same sound effects as the vertical slice from like last year. I just built the logic for the game in like 5 days in my off time in between doing 3D courses and stuff. Just because I had the idea 2 years ago on a stream for I Am Games, because we did the Shinobi stream, and that's where the meme of ninja suffering started, because I kept trying to do the final level of the game and I kept fucking up the jump arc on the platforming. And Digi coined the term ninja suffering because I kept dying at the same place over and over and over again for missing the jump by like 6 pixels and fucking it up. And so for a while that was like a meme in the chat. And so when I did a stream, I was like, oh, I should make like an endless runner called Ninja Suffering, where you have like a stamina bar, so like no matter what you do, you will lose eventually, just like as a joke sort of thing. But then I never got around to building it, and this week I was just like, fuck it. Like, it'd be super easy to do at this point. I know enough about the game engine I used to bust this out without any real thought. It's pretty simple. So I did it, and when I put the double jump in the stamina bar in, all of a sudden I'm like, this is like better than I expected it to be. Like, there's actually kind of like basic resource management and like decision making you have to make like moment to moment about like what kind of jump you're going to do and how like what platforms to jump on and what not to, and it kind of was more dope than I was expecting it to be. So yeah, it came out pretty well, all things considered.
Yeah, and that's my thing, is that it's not as though while you're working on something more involved, like there's no reason that you couldn't put something like this out. Like, I don't understand like why more indie devs don't do like little phone mini games essentially, right? And then when like the full thing comes out, like this gets like all of those little mini games get bundled into like a side menu that you can just go play all of them, inside the main thing. Sure. There's no reason you couldn't do that. And I think that a lot of people would be really into this idea, like of getting, little tidbits of games as opposed to just paying for one thing that might be good,
I just think like this is just kind of like the modern interpretation of what like late 90s websites did all the time. Like if you went and like, oh man, I love Digimon, because I did. And then you go to foxkids.com back in like the 90s, and they had a bunch of shitty little Digimon games you could play. And
yeah, exactly that. Exactly that.
That's just what this is. It's like, you like the character. Here's a little, not a shitty game, but like a simple little game that you can just play and kind of like sate your appetite while the bigger stuff is in the oven. And I just think it's a good idea.
Zumi on it.
Well, I have a bunch of shirts. I'm just saying.
If you want
to, I'm going to buy another one.
I do have the Azumi shirt, by the way.
Oh, actually, let me I need to announce.
Tell me to wear Azumi shirts.
There's a ton of Azumi, but I need to announce something right now for the chat. I'm going to put this in the Discord, and if you can put it in the chat if you want. I have a new t-shirt design, not Azumi, but a new t-shirt design I'm unveiling. May you've already seen this. I'm unveiling it today. If everybody wants to check it out, it is the new Doomer Eternal t-shirt.
Hell yeah.
The sequel
so
to
good.
Doomer. So the description of the shirt is, those 30s are creeping up on you. Age may just be a number, but being a Doomer is eternal.
Yes.
Oh
my
my
gosh.
God.
And just for this weekend, if you use the coupon code May at checkout, you get $5 off this shirt or any shirt in the store.
Really?
So yeah,
oh,
seriously,
fuck
go ham.
yes. Hell yeah, dude.
This
Oh
is
my
actually
gosh.
brilliant, and I am so happy this exists.
This is good. I'm gonna have to share
Hell
this
yeah.
also in the video Discord, the video description. I also added a link to the game if you guys want to play that. It's in the description now, and a link to the Discord if you want to get in and call in. We did get a $5 super chat from Simon, who was giving us a lot of money last stream. He said, "This super chat is making up for the fact that my card shit the bed last time. Love you guys and excited for tonight's stream." Thank you very much. I'm sorry to hear about your card.
Thank you.
Wait, did we still get the money though?
Yeah, it's
No,
making up
yeah.
for a one that fucked up last time, I think.
Fuck.
That's,
Well,
that seems to
it's
be the
just
idea.
that
Alright,
his
Blake.
card like locked him out. Oh, is
Is
that
it
butthole?
possible to
It is
send
butthole.
the
Sorry, I'm late.
Demerit.
My
Yo.
bad. My bad.
I'm joking.
What did I miss? I assumed that you meant call in at the end of the stream, not at the start. I was sitting at the liquor store and you were like, "Oh, are you getting on?" I was like, "Oh fuck!" I'm sitting there watching this fat fuck at the
Oh my
liquor
gosh.
store hit on the goddamn girl behind the register. I'm like, "Oh, thanks for
all
coming."
good. I didn't. I
Yeah.
thought you had wanted to just like call it and be in the show, but
Oh well, now I know.
yeah,
I definitely
mean,
do.
It's cool. There's no like established time, but
Well,
we
that's when I
have.
sat there. Yeah, I sat there and looked at the dude there at the liquor store, like ready to go and get home. To quote Jim Cornette, I sat there and said, "Thanks for coming, you unprofessional fat fuck." I got home. All right. Anyways, you guys can keep going. Sorry.
we have
fat
Tom
people at
here.
liquor stores.
Have you played Tom's game Ninja Suffering?
No, I heard about the development of it forever ago, but I've never actually played it. No.
It just came out. You definitely should play it, but we have Tom on to talk about it, and he
Fucking go.
just said that like if you use offer code May, you get, is it 10% off?
It's $5. So
$5?
$5 off whatever.
Oh my God.
I would easily pay full price if I can give Digi and May $115 fucking dollars for a raffle on one stream. Then I'll pay
Oh my
$5
God.
for a fucking game.
Oh my gosh.
Hell
I
yeah.
don't fuck around.
No, that's for his Doomer Eternal shirt.
Yeah, if you want to rep your never-ending Doomer status, you can get the new Doomer Eternal t-shirt. Or a bunch of other Azumi t-shirts or I Am Game shirts. They're all on teespring.com/stores/I-am-merch. They're all here.
He sold me. God damn it, May. This is what you were trying to convince me to make Butthole Weeb merch. God damn it.
I just
Well,
put the
Butthole Weeb,
link
you-
in the description too, so.
Butthole Weeb, you just got a piece of fan art in the
Oh, is
in
this
the
him?
Discord.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, I have to add
Did
that
I-
to the thing now. Amazing.
Where? The fuck?
In general, in the
The one
Discord.
that says Buffalo Weave. That's you,
Why
baby.
is there fan art of me? Hold on. Let me look. You guys can keep going while I'm trying to. I'm pulling it up now.
Not gonna
I
lie.
need to know how he feels about this.
So
How
do
it
I.
comes off as.
It's in
I
general.
am an autism, but I'm not an technology. I fucking hate Discord. I suck at this. I don't know how to fucking pull
Oh
anything
my
up.
gosh. Oh
Oh,
boy. Well,
fuck.
I'm a huge fan. My high score is 510 on Ninja Suffering. Is there like an official high score anywhere?
There's not. I was thinking of possibly adding like a high score tracking system in the game, but I have no idea how I would do it.
I know
I'm sure it's
somebody
probably
said
not
he
that
got in
hard.
the thousands, I think is like a comment. So I'm like, oh, I'm nowhere close to the high score,
Yeah.
but
Jax has the high score of 1290, and
I'm
then right
not
behind
surprised.
him is Viva
Christ.
Reverie,
Oh my
or I'm a
gosh.
Toon Link. He has 1016, I think is the last high score, and he's working his way to beat Jax. They have a rivalry going on, as far as I'm aware.
wow, that's
Beautiful.
beautiful.
So
This fan art though.
my
What
best,
the fuck?
it's fucking great, right?
Dude, who did that?
I'm a
Right
winner.
there.
Day 5.55.
Yes.
Have you seen
Evangelion
BNA?
5.55.
Butthole, have you
Cannot
seen
eat
BNA?
ass. Have I seen BNA? Oh,
Yeah.
the new Trigger show.
Yeah.
I watched like one episode, and then I had to jerk off. So no,
Oh my god, are you a furry?
no, I'm not. That was a joke. I do plan on actually watching it after it's
Don't-
done airing.
No,
I'm
it is done airing. Don't do it.
Oh, is it?
Yes. The last 6 episodes dropped 2 days ago. Don't fucking do it.
check my mal. I'm already watching like 13 other fucking
my
shows, so I'm
gosh.
just waiting until everything gets done airing.
What's good this season? I haven't watched any new shows.
Either, and I
Either.
just, I just kind of resigned myself to the fact that I never will, and I don't want to ever want to really.
I'm so behind. Like even back from like fall
Oh
of
my
last year, I'm
gosh.
still trying to finish No Guns Life. But
Oh my
what's good?
gosh.
Yeah, it's fucking great to watch drunk. The show called Ahiru no Sora is that shitty basketball anime that's going to be like 50 episodes for some reason.
Oh yeah.
Episode 30 aired, I think, yesterday or the day before, and I'm on like episode 18. I'm not even a big sports guy, but it's gonna be like a 6 out of 10. You can tell.
Word. My Precures has been indefinitely canceled, so fuck
What?
seasonal
Why?
anime because of the virus.
Hmm.
And I mean, it's kind of like they're fighting viruses. That's kind of like the theme, so it might just be too problematic
Right.
for TV right now.
I
Other
don't
people
wanna.
are saying, oh, they just aren't going to air it. It's like, why wouldn't they continue it? It's like one of the most watched programs on TV in Japan. Like, why would this be the first thing they cut? I don't know.
See why the virus would affect it if it's TV.
Well, that's
Well,
what
I mean, it
obviously
has affected a lot of the productions of anime, but Toei is able to make
Oh,
everything
right.
else they're doing, so I don't know. Unless somebody can contradict that, but
Well,
I
just-
saw the obviously
I'll
we were
never
talking
fight
about
the
wanting to
virus.
we were talking about wanting to go through our 3x3s and use Ash's chart the last time I was on, but I saw on Discord, May, the one that I made for you. It's not like you have to watch Precure because I saw your 3x3. It's a go sick, go sick, go sick, go sick, Aikatsu, Precure. That's it, right? Oh, the 3x3 I made you.
oh, I have to pull it up.
You don't have to watch
Oh
Precure.
my gosh. It's
I'll
right
send it
here.
in the
It has
chat.
Kaiba. Oh my god.
I was drunk when I couldn't remember. I was like,
It's so
Kaiba,
funny.
Precure, go sick, go sick, go sick, go sick, go sick. I'm
Oh,
putting
boy.
words in May's mouth.
Did you see the video I put out today? The last
yes.
May video? Yeah. I went through
With,
the
Digi?
thing with Digi.
yes, I did.
Oh boy.
I don't remember how many shows did you go
We just did 2.
over?
Conrad did Sword Art Online, and then I did the first season of Precure. But Boba Bickle had made a calculator, but it doesn't like
Which
follow
one?
Ash's chart at all. So it's just kind of like disguised as Ash's chart. But he said it was just like a prototype idea, and I don't know. I just saw it in the Discord, and I was like, oh yeah, somebody made a calculator. Let me fire this up, and
It works. The calculator actually works because he sent it to me as well.
the
But he
calculator
told
is
me-
functional, but it's not your chart.
Yes, exactly. He sent it to me because he was like, "Oh, this is like a proof of concept that it actually does function." And I'm like, "Good, it does function, but the chart is wrong."
The fact that OP and ED were separately and listed together. It was like, why? Why is it like this? But yeah. We love you, Boba Bickle.
I assumed.
Please don't hate me for making fun of you.
He's my biggest super chat fucking rival. I'm surprised.
It's true.
I'm surprised Digi didn't do like a chart and to rate everything that he loved about Sangatsu no Lion. I mean, he probably would have cried doing it. But,
Well, okay.
I figured he would do one of his favorites, not Sword Art Online. But what should I expect?
Well,
All right.
I think he wanted to do like a more complex video, but I wanted to do one too, so we just made it together. But the fact that it took so long, it's just kind of like, oh, we don't really know if we want to do more than one each.
It was pretty fucking long, but I prefer that.
All right.
I think most
May.
Mr. fans do too.
All right, May.
Yes.
With regard to your video, I have some minor beef.
Word. What's up?
Number one, I'm kind of pissed that the majority of the videos you're using a chart that's not correct.
Well, we addressed that.
Oh, I know we addressed that, but I
It's
have to
live,
put that-
baby. I only have one night to make this video. It's late at night. I have to get it out by,
I'm not
soon.
shitting on you because you fixed yourself.
Yeah.
However,
No, I hate that too. I feel terrible because Boba Bickle didn't deserve to have his chart, I don't know, be seen that way. No, I feel bad.
Second, I say in my video that I am open to the idea of expanding it, of adding more parts. Okay, and you both seemed very upset that certain things were not on there. That's okay. It doesn't make the chart bad that shit's not on there. Okay, it's just shit that I had not
Well, no,
considered.
it does make it bad that
Okay.
it's not on there. It's not
Okay.
functional yet.
But of the things that you brought up, I would be inclined to put sound design, something in, for the sake of sound design in there. That's a good point.
That was Boba Bickle's point.
Yeah.
Shout
I probably do need to add. And I did like your idea of putting something to do with like marketing in there, like advertisement, merch stuff, peripheral consumption of the show.
Word.
That I think does need to be in there, because there are like a ton of things like with in anime cons, like a lot of shows are successful because they have more stuff made of them. More people are aware of them because more shit is made of them. So those are two things that I concur. Those need to be on there, and I will at some point modify them. Modify the chart to include those things. Like the other problem that I have with the way that you you didn't like, I don't know how you could be confused about what some of the things meant on account of I did explain all of them.
I
Like-
mean, it had been a while since I'd seen the video, and
No complaint
it's
at
rather
you.
long. I don't know. You watch something and you think about all the problems you have with it. You never really like remember. I don't know. I have trouble remembering verbatim what somebody
Okay.
said. But
When
yeah, it's
okay,
just a
like the one that stuck out to me was you guys were like going off on the idea of what does flow mean. Okay, in animation, flow is whether or not you can see the keyframes, right? It's how good does it move from keyframe to keyframe, like how smooth does everything move. Okay, that's all that is, right? How distracting is it if like it looks jank or like stuttery, or things don't logically follow, like that's what I'm talking about with that. Okay.
All right.
One thing that bothered me, I don't know if it's your gimmick or not. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you were wearing sunglasses indoors, and I was like, what the fuck?
I do not.
I was watching the video. I was like, this is a great video, but this motherfucker's wearing
Oh
sunglasses.
boy.
I mean, it's Disney's gimmick, but you were wearing some too. And I was like,
No, there's
I hate
actually
when people do that.
there's a real reason why I do that, because I generally
Rip that stick vape.
no, it's because I generally do not like the way that my face looks, with
well.
just my eyes, because my eyes are
boy.
sunken pretty far back into my skull. It just
Well.
it doesn't. It's I do not have a very photogenic face without the sunglasses. The only reason I didn't have them on when I was doing the Bionicle lecture was simply because I needed to be able to see.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir here. I would prefer to do all my videos with sunglasses on. Like, no, just
Not
because
me.
I can't look at the camera straight on, especially when I'm like with somebody else.
That
It's
too.
just like, where the fuck do you look? Like, I don't know. And I use my phone, so it's kind of like a front-facing camera, so it's really distracting.
Well, didn't
to
you
not
look
look
right
at
into the
yourself.
camera during your Midori video? Seems like you
did.
mastered that craft right away.
But I was wearing sunglasses in that. Like,
Were you?
honestly, I
Oh.
was.
And I mean, also too, like you bring up a good point of like, during that video, I was going to have to be looking at the screen a lot, and it would have been weird if I just never looked at the camera, because I was always having to look at the screen.
Yeah.
That's why all my videos, I just put footage on top of it instead. Well, I don't have a good camera like you guys do, post like a vlog talking about anime. Also,
Dude,
at the
I
same time,
literally
I'm
just
a
use
big
my
bearded
phone.
fuck.
I don't have a good camera. Like, we have a
really?
vlogging camera, but like, I mean, I don't think it's much better than the phone, and we don't really have professional lighting, so I don't know, it just doesn't look amazing.
Well,
It's just vlogs, anybody could do it.
I didn't know you guys used a phone. That's interesting.
No,
'cause
I do.
actually,
Conrad
That-
uses a camera, but it's
my-
not like
my-
a super high-end one or anything.
the chart video, like the part of me actually being on screen, that was shot on my phone.
really.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Well,
Dude, I like my phone because it stores way more footage than my camera does.
Well, I wasn't even storing my camera. What I did is I did the exact same thing that we did with the Bionicle stream. Is I
you
hooked it up
live
to my
streamed.
computer.
Yeah.
Well, and I basically I used OBS because I can resize the image of both of them, of both the on-screen stuff I'm trying to capture and the webcam, and I can resize them however I want them to be on screen instead of having to do that in post.
Yes.
Maybe I overthink it then. I would obviously upload a lot more videos if I could just make it that easy, like using my phone, but that's really not my aesthetic. I'd rather.
Yeah,
I don't.
I don't know.
No,
I
I'm a
think
big-
phone
I'm a big
cameras
bearded
have
fuck.
come a long way. They're what kind of
Oh,
phone
yeah.
do you have?
I mean, for most people, like your phone's gonna be more than enough to do. Because like you got to remember that when you put everything on YouTube, it gets stupid compressed anyways.
Yes.
So unless you're using like a $500, $600, $700 camera with a decent lens, like it's all gonna get bit crushed into oblivion regardless.
Yeah,
I don't know about you guys,
like,
but I've just been getting recommended like these weird lifestyle videos of like super high quality camera footage, but it's like this person lives in a mountain, but it's just like YouTube has changed so much where it's just stuff that looks good is getting pushed. And I really don't know how much, like, how many people are really looking for vloggers anymore. I don't know.
Yeah, that's why the only videos I would want to make are ones where, I mean, obviously I don't make a lot of videos, but
well, it's weird.
the
to me
original footage, like putting just footage of the anime I'm talking about, I don't really. That's not my style to vlog. Like, I mean, I would upload a lot more if I had a good camera and like a setup like that. I have a good mic setup, but not like for vlogging. If I would sit there and have like a friend who like had just binged a show with me and we could do like a 30-minute, review or something, maybe, but I don't know. Being in front of the camera is not my style.
Podcast, dude. Podcast
Yeah.
is better anyway.
Podcast
I will-
Nation.
I will also say, May, that you and Itchy, when you were doing your video with the chart, like you actually brought up like legitimate criticisms. I am fucking sick and tired of people like literally just like shitting on it because they either A, don't understand it or just don't like it and not offering anything of value. It's like, shut
Right.
the fuck up. It's not for you. This is a human calculator tool. If you are not, if you do not like occupy the hyperlexical, hyperlateral like mindset, this is not going to be something that you want to use, and it's not going to be appealing to you. So shut the fuck up about it. I don't want to hear it, and you're not valuable. Your opinion is not valuable to me in any way. This is not for you. Shut up.
Daddy.
Did anyone ever come up with, I don't know if anyone's given more thought to it, but if we were going to do another stream this month and take like our top 3 or top 5 favorite anime and use the grid, has anybody thought
No,
about
dude,
like,
that's gonna take too
format?
long. That's
Yeah,
gonna
that's
take
what I
way
was-
too long.
It will.
yeah,
Like
that's
even
what I was thinking.
even if I were the one actually inputting everybody's numbers because I have the original files and I can do it relatively quickly, it still takes about 15 to 20 minutes per
Yeah.
show. And that's
Oh,
if you can
boy.
and that's if you're an analyst enough to quickly come to a decision on like why a show should have, like why an element should have a particular score. Like if you have a little bit more difficult time of putting into words and like thinking about exactly why something deserves a particular number, then it's going to take even longer.
I was gonna, yeah, because if we were gonna do like a round table kind of thing, be like, I mean, if May did, well, obviously she already did with the new video she posted, but like if you were to do another show and I were to do Ghost, like, yeah, you're right, that fucking ever.
I mean, you
it would take
could
a
do
while.
your own and then we could compare afterwards, but I just don't think it would be like engaging content to have one person, score a show for 20 minutes and then go back
Yeah.
to the other person,
I think the best way you could do it would probably be before we even started streaming, just have it done. Like I could go through and chart out some of the ones I have, and then I guess the best way would be to whatever show you guys had already done the grid on, and the result just be like posted. I guess you could just explain it.
I don't
That's
know
really
how
the only
far
way.
we're gonna take this, and like I know Ash says he wants to add things to his chart, so
Mhm.
like maybe once
Right.
it's fully complete.
Sure. Yeah, that's. Like I said last stream, we already know Ghost Sick's going to be a 10 because it's better than
Absolutely.
is
Oh,
Spiced
boy.
Wolf. It's better than Spiced Wolf, Precure, Kaiba, all those combined. So
I
You already
have
know the result.
literally
There's no
never heard
suspense.
anybody else say they like Ghost Sick.
hey, why you got to do this to me?
I'm sorry.
Fuck all of you. Yeah, no, that's what. When I was at anime, I sat there and everyone was like, Gosick, everybody, there was a kiosk with a bunch of Gosick shit. He's got a lot of Gosick merch, but I found one in that big ass 4-story building at the convention center with some Gosick merch. So of course I bought every single one of every single thing they had of it. And who you talk to, and you're just like in the beer garden drinking with all these fucking otaku. Everyone loves Gosick, but it's no one's favorite. It's nobody's favorite like mine. Like it's got what, like an 8.2 on Mal, at 8.1.
I don't
It's
know.
a very well-respected show, but
I
it's no
mean-
one's favorite. I'm the only guy on the fucking planet that's like, yes, this is the greatest shit I've ever
that's
seen. Everyone's
definitely
like,
that's your
Yeah.
vote.
That's your
I
hill
don't
to
know.
die on. Your hill
yes,
to die on.
and I will die on it. God damn it!
Oh
but
my
nobody,
God.
Yeah, and honestly,
everybody respects it because it's Studio Bones, but it's nobody's favorite. I'm like, why am I alone on this? God fucking damn it!
well, the idea of having something that is your hill to die on, I think everybody needs that.
Oh yeah.
Everybody needs that one thing that most people can't stand, or it's just not, the thing they care about most, that it is your thing. Everybody needs that. And I honestly would posit the idea that that might be one of the separating factors between a normie and a non-normie. Is that a normie, they don't have anything like that. They just like what everybody else likes. They have no unique opinions about like stuff that is weird or that, nobody else loves as much as they do. Whereas a non-normie has that one thing. Like even if they do like all the stuff that everybody else likes, they always have that one thing that is just a little bit different.
What if it's something that used to be super popular that everybody loved, but now it's like cool to shit on?
That counts.
Like me with Attack on Titan.
Well, in that case, yeah, no, basically the Overton window has shifted, but you have remained steadfast in what you actually care about, which is in of itself more based than having cared about it in the first place.
Also, Butthole Weeb, I'm really sorry you had to go to Anime Expo. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
It was the best week of my life. I got
fucking
fucked up all week.
4.5 hours I was waiting in line.
Really?
And then
Sounds like
Boogie and Nate
fucking
found out that they
hell.
could have just taken me in and I didn't have to wait in line.
I got
4.5 hours. And then I got
got-
in and immediately was like, I want to leave. I never want to come back here.
I got
I
lots.
left.
I got lots of LA cosplay pussy, so I
Oh, okay.
I think it was worth it.
That's the only reason to go, baby.
I
My
If you're-
man.
If you're gonna go, if you're gonna suffer, you might as well get some hot cosplay pussy. Am I right, boys?
understand. Yeah, like,
Amen.
I had a
What you gotta
buddy
do.
go with me. The best part for me was because everybody. I've blogged for like 4 years on Anime Amino, or I started making YouTube videos, and a lot of my buddies that I would chat with like on that app went. So I got to meet them in person, and hanging out with them and a couple of my other friends was the funnest part. But also, I understand there's lots of criticism people can throw at LA, but all the people were really kind. And I started
People
watching
were
anime
great.
when I was 7, and I just turned 23 2 days ago. So it was like a 13 fucking year goal for me to go to Anime Expo because I wanted to see how big, obviously the community that all of
And it
us
was
are in
big.
love with has grown. So it was, it was more of just like a special thing more than like a great experience.
That was my
And there was
first
pussy.
anime convention.
Oh boy.
Not
and
a good
there's
one to
gonna
start
be
out
no
on.
more anime conventions
Good.
next year probably.
Yeah, I was gonna say not for a while.
Yeah, it
I'm
fucking
actually-
sucks. Like, what are we gonna do this summer? Like, I'm doing this for a month because I can't stand being locked in. But like, what about when there is nothing planned? Like, no concerts, no anything, no movies that are gonna be in theaters.
You and Digi, I mean, you guys don't got anything going on. Just buy a ticket to Japan and meet us there. I'm going in September. Meet up with us in Japan. We'll all get fucked up.
Unironically, that might be the way to go.
Yeah, just come with us to Japan.
I'll go to Japan with you, Butthole Weeb. You didn't ask, but I'll do it.
Please, Miss Bill.
Weeb, I would join you,
boy.
but unfortunately, I won't have vacation time until June next year.
Yeah, I don't get. I mean,
Sounds like
we get
such a
vacation
pain
time.
in the ass to get a fucking passport. Trying to get one right now.
May.
Trying to get
getting
one
a
right now. I
passport-
don't even think the fucking post office is open here.
Oh, that's true. But getting like the actual process of getting a passport is like the easiest shit in the world.
Yeah,
and
if you
that-
have your shit with you, all my shit's at my parents, like out
Oh,
of state.
well.
Like I don't really know.
Zero.
If it's gonna
Well, I
be
don't
an easy
actually-
thing.
I think the only thing that you need is like your social security card, your driver's
certificate.
license, your birth certificate. You have all that
Well, I
stuff.
only
You
have two
give
of
it to
those
them.
things with me.
Okay.
I don't have my birth certificate. I don't keep that with me. It's like
I think I
in a
don't
safe
know if
somewhere.
I don't recall if you need the original or if you just need like a
copy's
copy.
usually fine, but I don't
Like
know.
I think that you have to have the originals of 2 forms of identification.
Yeah.
But like basically what you do is you just go into the post office, you sit down like you're getting your picture taken for your driver's license, then you wait a couple weeks and you get it in the mail. It's so easy.
Yeah. Well,
And
maybe
that's why
once
I'm so-
the post office finally opens, that could be a possibility. Like they just aren't doing things like that right now.
Yeah.
Really?
No, unless
I
I
don't-
think you would,
I
like,
don't
need,
work
like, an
for, like,
official
a-
reason.
I don't work for like a brand. Well, that's the goal because I drive so fucking far to get to work. But I like sort the mail for the
Yeah.
post office. I don't like. I'm not at the branch that has like the window where you're sending out specific shit or getting your
Yeah, I have no idea. I just
visas
know
and
that
all
the
that.
post office was
Yeah.
closed when I checked. It might have just been like an hours kind of thing, but yeah, I
Yo.
have no idea. I'm also not
Okay.
really looking to like fucking go out right now. I don't know.
Yo, has anybody else okay. May have you ever had to go to the post office for something? And this kind of
Yes.
goes for everybody. Have you ever like had to
Yes.
go to the post office for
Yes,
something?
The PO
Okay.
box and fucking mailing out all the care packs and shit. I'd have to go.
Well, no,
Oh,
around.
no.
No. I mean like have you ever had to like go up and talk to like the people running the counter?
Yes, that's what
Yeah.
you have to do to ship things.
It's called
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
it's called running the window. That's what.
Okay.
It's
okay.
fucking.
Does
nightmare.
anybody else have this experience? Because every city that I have been in, right? It doesn't matter. I've lived in Memphis, Tennessee. I've lived in South Carolina. I've lived in upstate New York. I've lived here in Connecticut. Every single place that I have ever been in the country where I have lived long enough to have to go to the post office. Every single time, the people working behind the counter at a post office building are like some of the most jank ass motherfuckers that are clearly on some whack ass drugs, medicate like prescribed
Dude,
or
they
not.
don't call it going postal for nothing. Literally,
you know-
I hate going to the post office.
They are like some of the
There was a
weirdest,
fucking
like,
asshole at the old post office who like he would see that we'd be coming in with like a stack of like 30 care packs and would specifically like he didn't have to weigh each one, but he would weigh each one, and it took like fucking 30 minutes longer than it should have every single time.
What, like, I just don't understand. Like, why is there like a weird concentration of jank ass human beings who work behind the counters at
Government
post
jobs.
offices?
It's the same thing if you go to the what is it called? The fucking drivers
DMV.
DMV. The fucking
Like,
people that work at the DMV,
the peop-
dude.
I mean,
Dude.
it's the lowest common denominator
It's
kind of
just-
thing.
yeah.
I feel like it attracts something. I don't know.
It's because they get
How
the
much of it
government
is the
benefits.
people, and how much of it is just like the bulk of bullshit that I'm sure
Oh
the,
yeah,
the
it's
government
definitely like the
regulation
work
makes you
environment
No.
just
function
fucking
with.
drains your brain, I'm sure.
No. There is a lady who works at my local post office, right? Who cannot speak without smacking her fucking jowls every 2 words.
Maybe
She does
has
this,
a condition, dude. I don't know.
but so then why do you put her in front of other normal people?
That's
like
the
that's
government,
somebody,
dude. They just do. They
No.
like to do that. I don't know why.
like if somebody has that kind of like
It's the
tism,
grand
you throw them in the back
conspiracy.
where they never are like like you
The
hide
recipe
that
on
away.
slightly-
Oh man, we have
Yeah,
to
I
learn
hate ugly
tolerance the
people.
hard way.
Ash.
I like go up
If you
to the
can't
counter.
get a job at Walmart, you get a job at the post office. That's how it
yeah,
is.
I'm pretty sure because like I go up to the
JK
counter.
butthole weave. I don't know if you like.
No, it's just so jarring. No, you could roast me. It's so jarring to me because you guys, you're not alone. Like everybody does this shit, and it always, like I said, it's really jarring, at least to me, because like I live in the middle of fucking nowhere, one stoplight, little fucking country town. So like our branch, like when I sent Nick Ricada a bunch of, I sent him a bunch of mecha anime DVDs in the mail as a gift, and just the post office is so small in my town that there's like 6 employees. I don't have these issues, but like, then you listen to the Dick Show, and nobody has respect for postal workers. They're like, yeah, they're like the laziest motherfuckers. And everybody seems to have the same exact
I
like
don't think
experiences
they're
that you guys were
lazy.
just talking about, and I'm like, that's fucking hilarious to me because like I'm just running a machine that's sorting the mail. I'm not
Right.
actually like the piece of shit delivering it. But
Last time I was at the-
everybody has the same story. Everyone
Well, the
fucking
worst part
hates
is you go to
USPS.
like the FedEx and the people are nice, and you're like, what the. Why are the people that work at FedEx so much better than the people who work at the post office?
I don't I don't know.
Dude,
And
I
again,
don't even.
Oh my gosh.
I don't even have like an issue with like the work ethic. Like they do their job fine. It's just they're fucking weird. Like in some
I'm
way.
weird too, you asshole. Thank you.
Well, I am too, but like these people are like these are like the upper crust of weird, like the ones that can't control it, you know? Like this lady, I go up to the counter, right? And I forget why it was. I had to mail something out, right? And I give her the package and I explain like what I'm there to do, and she starts talking, right? And she starts going like, you know, every time she, you know, has to take a breath or, you know, like it's dude, imagine having to try to like keep a straight face and conduct a business transaction with this shit on the other side of the fucking counter.
Last time I went to deliver something at the post office, I was wearing my bear coat, and the lady said it was just like a coat her son wears to the furry conventions, and I got really sad and I left.
Oh my gosh. We have a
We almost-
$1.99 super chat from Xander's Rant Z, who says, I like how they are all attacking Landon.
God damn it, Xander, you motherfucker. Xander's one of my
Landon.
he's
Oh,
one of
it's
my
you.
buddies. Yeah, he's one of my buddies. Xander, fuck you.
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
It seems
dude.
like we all live in different states, have so many different experiences. It's because I live in Indiana in a town with 2 gas stations. I'm like out on the
You're
countryside.
also
There's
not
nobody.
behind the window, right? You're just like, you're sorting the mail. I just
Yeah,
think they
I just
pick the
sort
worst
it.
people to sort the mail.
But listening to all your guys' experiences, it's like we're all in different states. You all have different experiences, and it cracks me up because I'm just like, maybe I don't have bad experiences with the post office because I'm fucking hammered all the time. I don't know.
Stop.
Yeah.
Probably.
You are the
You
problem.
can't do
then.
that job and not be intoxicated. Like it's impossible.
No,
It's like
I
working
feel
at
you,
Whole
I feel
Foods.
you.
Everybody's high, everybody's drunk.
You YouTuber.
Well, I literally, it takes me an hour and 45 minutes just to get to the station or not station, but the building that I work at.
That's crazy.
But I've been
Is
there
that the closest
for.
post office to you?
No, it's kind of because my father also works there, so he
Okay.
kind of helped me get my foot in the door. But if you do your time, you become what they call a career employee. But technically, I'm what you call a PSE, which is kind of like a casual worker.
Mm-hmm.
And then, or sorry, not kind of like a. I'm full time, but I'm not career yet, so it's more like a casual job. But I'm like the highest on my tour, which is what we call tour 3, which is basically working like a day to night shift. And I think out of like the entire state I'm in, I'm like number 13 in seniority because I've been there so long. So once they turn your regular, you transfer anywhere in the fucking state that you want. So
Oh, I see. That's kind
here
of
in the next like month or 2, they should be turning me career, and then I'm trying to get the fuck out of there because it's such a long drive, and then I can bid on a job somewhere closer to home. I'll be doing that soon. Yeah.
That's how. That's actually how airlines do like positions that you work at. Because my dad,
you gotta put your time in.
well, it's not even that, but like your seniority determines how much value your bid for what job you want to do actually has.
Right.
So my dad worked. My dad had been working at the airport since he was 15, and yeah. So like when I was growing up, my dad could literally do any job on the tarmac that he fucking wanted. Did not matter.
That's
Does he
pretty
still
dope.
work for, or is he like retired?
No. My dad actually moved out to Utah. He drives for Amazon now.
Damn,
Is
okay.
he
I
a
was gonna say,
Mormon?
No,
Does
my
he know
dad
Ma-
moved.
God.
is he friends
No.
with Maddox?
No, my dad moved out to Utah because my dad is a big my dad's a big golfer, and they have like a lot of like open and flat land there, so like they have a ton of like big and really popular golf courses out there. So
Does he know Maddox?
no,
Oh,
but he also just like wanted to be like someplace different. Like he had lived like kind of his whole life in the same place and just was ready to move someplace. And He moved out there, and like he sends me pictures of like what it looks like where he lives. It's like some of the most gorgeous fucking scenery I've ever fucking seen. Like he showed me like from the road like a shot of him like coming up to a town from his like van, and like you see the town and it's on this like flat plain, and there's like no grass or trees anywhere, but like in the entire skyline is taken up by snow-covered mountains, and it's the most beautiful fucking thing you've ever
Utah's
seen.
pretty. The city sucks though. Fuck Salt Lake.
My
Boring as
dad
hell.
actually
There's no people. It's great, except for Christmas, and it's like fucking full of people.
My dad actually lives about an hour outside of Salt Lake. So he's like close enough to the city that he can get kind of whatever he wants, but far enough away that, you know, he's, you know, still got that, you know, beautiful scenery and stuff, like kind of isolated. Pretty sick.
Yeah, see, that's what I feel like I'm like the last. I'm probably one of the least degenerate workers for post office. If you guys have fucking bad experiences with that, because my dad, he got on with the post office when he was fucking 19 or something.
My mom used to work at the post office.
Yeah, and he's like 47. I work with him, so after a while you max out because you get a raise every year. So that motherfucker, like my father makes like he could transfer anywhere he wanted. He works in the same building I do, and that motherfucker makes 6 digits a year.
Jesus Christ.
The only reason I want to get closer to home, like obviously I just worked for the post office and I'm not a regular yet, but soon I should be, since my seniority is so high, like you were saying, like with your dad and the airlines, it's like it builds up so high to where you can transfer somewhere if there's a position open. But everyone's like, well, you drive an hour and 45 minutes all the way to work. Why don't you just move closer? I'm like, well, it's fucking retarded because big cities stress me out.
Well,
I don't know how May did Boston. I don't know how you guys do that shit, but big cities.
Well, we
like
didn't
I
live
worked
in the city. We lived outside the city.
Oh, outside. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that and also
not just
I'm
that, but
23 with my house is paid off. I own my grandfather's house and it's paid off. It's like turned 23 2 days ago and I have a paid off house. Like how fucking retarded would it be for me to get an apartment closer to work when I hate it?
Not just that, but a lot of people do not consider how expensive it is to move.
Exactly.
I have, you know, as somebody who was in the Navy, like I have moved a lot. Like the amount, I mean, May, you and Digi experienced this with like how much it costs to rent a U-Haul. Like it's fucking insane.
Oh yeah, and that's
just
like just the most jank way of doing it too. A lot of people like, you know, pick more expensive methods like the pods
like,
and fly and shit,
or movers or something like that.
Yeah. Stay out by the cornfields. That's my philosophy. It's like just stay out by the cornfields where there's nobody out here to bother you. Fuck big cities. I mean, moving. Fuck apartments. Just to have a house.
Even if you go the jank route of just doing only the U-Haul and doing everything yourself, it takes so much time. Like, and it's really not easy because you're moving furniture and shit that you're never really supposed to pick up, and it's just like I'm a big proponent of like your time is money, so like you should always pay for like, you know, things that give you more time, but like the amount that you end up having to spend if you really want to save as much time as possible in terms of moving is almost bordering on not worth it. Like it's fucking expensive. So if you are in a place where you can get a job closer to home, do that. Do not move. Do not do it. It's a bad idea. Unless you're moving into like, unless you're moving for a job that's like going to pay you more money that can like offset it.
Yeah, everybody, at least when it comes to like living out in the country or in a small town like I do, which is what I like, everyone they seem to want to live in like a big city, and they always ask why I don't move closer, and I just give them like the Consuela from Family Guy face. I'm like, no.
I like living in big cities.
Fuck you.
Or I don't want to live in big cities, but I also don't want to be like really far away from them. I like the proximity where I'm at because it allows me to go visit said city for like a set amount of time that I decide. Because I can't imagine like living in Boston like constantly. That shit's fucking whack. I would go fucking insane. So but the reason I don't want to live like out in the middle of nowhere is because as somebody who likes to drive, I like having a bunch of roads and stuff that are not just straight. You know?
Well, we're total opposite. Maybe I can't really speak that much because it's not like I got enough life experience. Because like Michelle was talking about earlier, it's like didn't like Anime Expo. I fucking loved LA. I mean, I couldn't live there, but I've never lived in a big city, so I don't have that life experience. All I know is I live in the middle of fucking nowhere and I love it.
I mean, like
maybe I'd like a big city, but I hate driving. You like driving? I don't.
Big cities are.
City. I want to live in nature.
Big cities are fun to visit. Not live in. I don't know. Tom, you live close to Boston. Like, what is your opinion on this?
I mean, I try not to go to Boston unless it's, for a specific purpose, just because I find the city kind of annoying. I mean, it's mostly just like, because I also live in the middle of fucking nowhere. Like, I live in a small podunk town, like 45 minutes, or more than 45 minutes, like an hour and change outside of Boston. You can get there like in 45 minutes if you drive or take the train. But it's just like, I don't know, there's a lot of noise, there's a lot of hustle and bustle, and I kind of just, as someone who's just is a neat and stays inside and does nothing.
I'm glad that I'm not in a city for the pandemic. I feel like
Dude,
that would be extra fucking stressful.
Like, I'm bored a lot of the times here because there's nothing to do, and if I want Taco Bell, it's like, well, I gotta drive like 25 minutes to get to the closest Taco Bell. Like, that's how far from the world I am. But like, I'm also far from like fucking all the COVID people, so I'll take it at this point.
Well,
like, it paid off in the long run.
As far as the COVID people goes, the thing that would annoy me in terms of living in a city during COVID is simply the amount of people that you would like. I don't want to get arrested because I don't believe in COVID, and that shit is where like that stuff's happening in the cities. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, all
like,
the fuck shit is happening. Like, that's just where the happening is. Like, if you live where there's less people, there is less virus and less chaos.
No, I'm talking about the people that like will call
about it.
Yeah, like I'm talking about the people that would call the cops because you decided to go into Walmart without a mask.
Well, I mean, they're just people who live in cities who are like constantly consuming the narrative that like, oh, like 20 people died today in my city. Like, this is killing people in my city versus, not really having that kind of outlook on things.
Yeah.
Because I imagine if you live in New York City, it's a completely different fucking reality where you can't leave your house without a mask on,
You would get beat to death in the street by people who angry that you're not wearing a mask. Like I don't want to deal with like that kind of like it's weird because like I'm almost more okay with the idea of like government surveillance of my life than I am of like everyone around me surveying my life. You know what I mean? Like,
I want nobody doing either.
No,
of those
obviously, right? But like,
I don't know. I'd rather have my community know who I was than like not feel. I feel like my government can just like toss me aside or attack me.
Because the way that I see it is that if the government like wants to get rid of me because they're surveying my life and they know everything about me and I do something they want to get rid of me, they'll come in and they'll do it quick and quiet and it'll be done and over because they can't have scandal, right? Whereas
they've been doing it all the fucking time. It'd be terrifying.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not saying it wouldn't be. Again,
this is like a place like that.
Yeah, no, this is a lesser of two evils situation, right? What I don't want and what I feel like it would be like to live in a city is like everyone around you doing that, but also not caring about like maintaining decorum. And so like they kill you in like some really slow, brutal way, but like beating you on the ground or something. Like, you know what? Am I making sense here?
Sure, but are there any people who are actually being beaten to death in the streets?
No.
They're
not. They're not. They're not.
I think what you're trying to say is that living in the city is like being in the court of public opinion online in real life.
Yes. Yeah. Yes. There you go. That's
Don't live in cities. Fuck cities.
Fuck cities.
Fuck big cities.
I just don't think that being close to people and having things is more of a value over my privacy and having a yard and fucking.
Yes.
I don't know. Having a yard is nice.
I would love having a yard.
Yeah, having your yard's pretty base.
You gotta move down here, Michelle.
You gotta maintain it. Fuck that.
Yeah,
I went to the little store by my house right before here, and there's like 5 goop heads. One chases me down the sidewalk. He's like, "Can you please come to McDonald's with me?" The McDonald's is closed. Like, you can't go in it. You can only do the drive-thru because of COVID. I don't know what the fuck he meant. But also, I was walking back and somebody had spray painted on the car outside my house, bitch, and like had hit the windshield with something and it was cracked.
The
Hey,
Like
it sounds
Saturday.
like your fucking town's
my gosh,
bustling.
I hate
Here, all
my
I have in my town is a subway and 2 gas stations.
with
So
how many
there's
goop heads?
definitely nothing happening. I'm also like Tom in the fact that I'm a otaku drunk fuck. So
Yeah.
Tom,
I
have
don't
you
really
seen
need a
this
lot of
fan
stuff.
art from
Yeah, I was gonna
Foxy
say,
Socks
Tom.
Kedu?
You just got
They
some fan art,
colored
Tom.
it.
No.
Look
It's
at it.
pretty
It's in
great.
Look at it.
general.
All right, I'm going. I'm
It's
going.
off.
It's good.
By the
I have
way,
it on the
May,
screen
Yeah.
now.
That's beast.
Yeah, what's up?
who was the person who did the I'm not a guy who gets fan art, so I was cracking up. Who's the person who did the fan art of
I think it's the
Butthole
same
Weed?
person. Let me
Oh,
see.
really?
Let me
Oh,
just
it
double
is the
check.
same person.
Yeah.
Thank you for the fan art.
Yeah,
I think it's
they're
hilarious.
named Fan Art Socks Kedu now. Guys, if you want me to add it to the reel next stream, please post the fan art in the fan art channel so I can easily collect it, because fucking I need to make a furry containment board, because every time I go onto my Discord there's like fucking 50 furry posts.
Yes, it is
And,
very off-putting.
Yeah.
It's the life you
that-
live when
I'm
you
just
get
gonna make a furry
when you get
containment
engaged
board.
to Digibro and then find his
no.
community. You're gonna have some autisms in
No,
there.
mate, you do understand that that is the result of 3 of us, right?
I know. The furry friend zone. If you're I'm making the furry friend zone. If I see anything that's outside of the furry friend zone, I will just ban you.
I don't blame you. That's why so many people always ask me, and I'm sure Ash, you being even involved in the anime community, and I'm sure May too, having anything to do with anime, even when you talk to people in person, they immediately there's always I've been asked so many times if you're into furry shit, and I'm
Well,
not.
see-
Weird.
Like
Well,
I'm
see-
just
I'm not
not
usually asked
like
that. I don't know if that's just
Really?
where you are.
I'm not like At Planet Cuties is a great fucking anime, but you know I'm not a furry dog.
But
I
I
don't-
worry now with all of these new furry shows if that will just become like a very large
Well, not after BNA
subculture.
happened.
Yeah, they were like, do you like Cat Planet Cuties? I'm like, it's not my fetish, dude. It's just a guilty pleasure. It's like, oh, I've watched one furry show and I put it on my Mal. Now everyone's like, oh, he's probably a fucking furry.
I
It's
feel
like,
like
no, dude. I'm
Zoomers
just in
are
the
just
anime
all
community.
furries now.
No, the thing is, butthole weeb. The thing is that I don't understand this this thing that you're going through, because the fact that I am a furry is a known factor before, like nobody asks me that question because they already know the answer.
Yeah, they don't try to convert you.
Yeah,
No,
'cause-
that's not. Well, maybe let me say it this way. I'm saying that being in the anime community sparks the assumption that you're probably a weird fuck. I've been asked if I am into furry. It's
Okay.
like being part of the Dick Show community.
Maybe-
It's like every
well,
time
that's-
Digibro comes on, it's like there was a lolicon, and oh, that community must be into weird furry shit too. It's like they all kind of get lumped together sometimes.
Yeah, they're
I
not
have-
wrong.
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm not saying that
to-
like people are like, oh, like calling me a furry. It's just like
to a
just being
degree,
involved in that community, you will get asked at some point. It's not that it happens all the time. It's just that it has happened in general.
okay, to a degree, I understand what you're talking about, but the problem is that, at least from my perspective, because I occupy those spaces, like I don't see it that way, because like I am exposing myself to the intensity of both simultaneously. So what you think passes as, oh, you must be into furry shit, that's like, I literally don't see it, because I'm in places where furry shit is just the letter of the day. And so something that simple is just not even on my radar.
I think it is though, because Solo from
No,
Spicy Wolf, he is extremely hot. I'll give you that.
yeah,
And
no,
it's your
I'm not
favorite
saying it doesn't
I
happen.
like fox girls, but I ain't no furry dog.
I'm not saying it doesn't happen. I'm just
You're
saying that
furry.
I don't see it, because what counts for me is that like annoying question that you get all the time is something way worse than that.
Yeah, I guess you need to know who you're talking to, because the way I look at life is my ethos is make everything as funny as possible. I'm not judging the people ask
not.
that question because I think it's funny. It's just I'm not. And if you're a part of the anime community, you're immediately going to be grouped into that. Dude, when people say I give a high rating to Cat Planet Cuties, it's like,
Butthole,
well, yeah.
have you asked Tom your question?
Oh, fuck. I'm coming for you, motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
Hey, yeah. You admit it. I know you do. With that mustache and that fucking beanie you wear, I know your type. I know your type. Do you eat ass? And do you think it's mealy as fuck?
I don't eat ass. I think it's not appealing at all.
But have you eaten ass?
No.
Have you thought about it?
You're a liar.
I've thought about it and been violently ill from the thought. So.
But as someone,
Not even like
damn
a
it.
nice girl's clean ass. You wouldn't go in.
I don't
Because
think
I
so.
would. I don't know. Like, if
All right.
it was
not even
clean,
May's clean ass.
I would go down in my own.
I've
clean
definitely
ass.
not thought about eating May's clean ass. So that has not been on my agenda even
Squeaky
remotely.
clean. When she
So
walks, it squeaks.
you
Well, I
Can
suppose you'd be
confirm.
close enough to hear it.
Like SpongeBob's boots.
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
Has
You've
somebody
never-
eaten your ass?
Oh, you know what? That brings up an interesting question. Tom, would you eat SpongeBob's clean ass?
If he like talked me up real good, we could work something out, I'm sure.
All right, let me propose this scenario. Tom, have you ever been laid? Let's start off there.
Yes.
No.
Now, say you were bumping fuzz with a whore, a girlfriend, what have you. You have never, in any scenario, thought about putting your nose up the ass crack to eat their ass and having them fart on you and getting pink eye.
Not even remotely. No.
That's just, hey, what the fuck?
Me?
Gives them pink eye.
What did I
Oh.
do?
How are all of us
There
friends?
wasn't a single syllable of that didn't sound unpleasant.
Dude, that's just so weird.
But
But have
you
they-
throw in the pink eye part.
Yeah.
Have
that-
they eaten your ass? Is the
That's
real
like-
question.
no.
I can't stand it when people don't admit when they
Look,
haven't eaten mealy
I would-
You
ass.
gotta
I know
make
you
it
have,
sound
Tom,
more
you
appealing. I
motherfucker.
don't
I
think
would
How
anybody
dare
wants
you
to
call
eat
yourself
the
a boomer?
ass.
but it's not. It's
I
just
know you
not.
have.
No
You just
shame,
won't admit
no
it.
hate. Okay, I mean, believe what you want to believe, my dude.
Fuck. I don't want to group because I like Tom more than I like Dick Masterson, but that motherfucker won't admit he eats ass either.
Oh my
Like,
god.
just-
About
I know
Dick
you admit-
Masterson. We have to
Yeah,
talk
I was
about
gonna say,
the
good
Dick
segue.
show.
Good
Oh.
segue.
Dick eats Asterson is what I call him. He always emails me back, like, motherfucker, admit you eat ass. It's been a year and a
Oh my
half. And
gosh.
Tom, you're on my shit list now too. All of you are gonna fucking
Sorry.
admit your sins of eating ass.
Dude,
All right.
Dick,
Admit that it's
just like
mealy as fuck.
Tom, just like Tom, comes off as somebody that gets their ass eaten and does not eat ass.
Okay.
Ooh, that's actually that's a
He definitely
question.
does.
Tom, would you want to have your ass eaten?
That doesn't sound appealing either, to be
What about
honest.
just
What the
taste
fuck? What
it?
about Michelle? Why haven't we even asked Michelle this?
Yeah, nobody ever asked me if I eat
The
ass.
fuck? Would you eat
So we're
ass?
afraid of the answer. That's why.
Why is my meme being tolerated? I don't even know. Why do you guys put up with my bullshit?
This is the
May-
most maximum autism show on the internet.
Yep.
This
May-
is for
May-
sure. That's the only reason. What?
Michelle doesn't just eat ass; she eats the entire butt cheek.
Yeah,
It's true, but she doesn't have an ass of her own. She has no asshole.
I don't have a butthole
It's
that's canon.
canonical.
Does Nate eat ass?
I don't have a butthole.
Yeah,
so
out
I
of
don't
a
know how I would know.
can. He eats it straight out of a can.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I
got
literally
just
have
like-
seen this.
Oh my
May,
god.
May, I'm just imagining Nate like having a can of Boyardee, but it's just like little loopy assholes, and he's just like
Oh.
scooping them in.
What have we done?
Oh my
Can we please get a
gosh.
fan art of him pointing up to the sky and saying "Pierce the heavens" like Tengen Toppa and Lagan?
But it's a
and like
butthole.
pointing up there. It's like,
Butthole.
a fucking butthole.
But it's
God
May's
damn it.
squeaky butthole.
Oh my god.
No,
I
I,
mean-
disavow.
Digibro.
Oh boy.
I mean, Digibro's uncircumcised, man.
May,
If
you
they're
do
doing
real-
anal, that ain't gonna be too squeaky, dog.
Oh no.
May, you do realize
why not? What's the
that-
stigma? It
You
can
got
be
that dick
clean
juice.
too.
Well, we know
If
it's
you're getting
not.
if you're getting your butthole wrecked, then it's not going to be squeaky. I would assume it's only squeaky if A, you don't shave your fucking ass pubes, or B,
I mean, if you do it in the
haven't
shower, it
been
will be
anally
squeaky,
fucked.
so you can easily have it be
Ah.
squeaky.
How do you
Good
even do
point.
it in the shower?
Good point.
You just literally go into the shower. That's
There's
how
so
you
much
do
friction.
it.
It doesn't make any fucking sense.
You can do it. You just
Why
don't
do
want to
you
get
guys
it too
put up-
wet.
You guys are putting up with my memes and my bullshit.
Well,
I'm
I
so
want to
sorry.
talk about Dick Masterson, and in order to do that, we have to put up with a lot of.
No, I want to talk
autism.
about fucking May in the shower.
Wait,
Stop.
wait.
We have. It's for the OnlyFans. That's for the OnlyFans podcast.
May I do have to tell. We just said that we wanted to see Nate pointing up and saying "pierce the heavens" like Gurren Lagann,
Pierce
and
the
it's
heavens.
actually just a butthole. You do realize that if this is created as fan art, you are contractually obligated to show it on stream when in
Yes.
the read.
Oh,
Yes,
absolutely,
you are,
and I
you
will.
are.
I will definitely. I'll
Yes,
be
you
proud
will.
of that. You know, that's
You're
the
gonna carry
best
that
thing our
fucking
show has
weight.
done, and I'll put on a fucking T-shirt and raffle that shit off.
Hell
I don't know
yeah,
what
baby!
to tell you. That's
Ash,
all I know how to
goddamn-
do.
We gotta tell May you're gonna fucking carry that weight. God damn
Oh
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ. Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to.
But
I'm sorry,
commission
I
an
was late
artist.
to the stream. Was there was there already like a pre-planned
A little
like
bit.
Masterson talk or something?
Yeah, we do have to talk about Dick Masterson because some
Okay,
interesting
I didn't
things-
realize me bringing him up was already a topic we were going to talk about.
There are some interesting things that will have happened, and May, I will allow you to summarize because I have some interesting thoughts, and I'm curious what everybody else thinks.
Oh yeah, dude. So
Okay.
a couple, like maybe 2 months ago, somebody leaked some conversations with Jamie Lynn Hughes, who used to be on the Dick Show frequently. And apparently
Oh, I
Dick
also hate,
was
by the way.
having like a 3-way relationship with one of the people who were on his show and
Jenner.
80s girl. And Jamie, kind of just fell off the face of the earth and disappeared. And recently she came out and she was featured in some kind of a clickbait news article, basically coming out and shitting on Dick. And,
Is this true?
absolutely. And there's a
What?
lot of like leaked DMs and stuff. But the highlight is that Dick's corny, Mumkey-esque text to Jamie to kind of, what people are trying to say is manipulative behavior. But it's just very cheesy stuff, like him telling Jamie that he'll buy her wings and all
That was
sorts
really
of-
embarrassing.
yeah.
The worst thing
Why
Dick
am-
did, I was on his side until last night. He said Lou the kitty was hot.
Okay, first of
And I
all,
was like,
this is absolutely fucked. And I could talk about Dick's position on Mumkey all fucking day, but I will not because I'm afraid Dick will hear this. He literally liked the stream link to this. No, I could talk about that, but first I want to actually state my position on it because now there are people who are basically coming out of the woodworks and attacking anybody who has a new project too and trying to get them to disavow Dick for having too much sex, I guess.
Why have I
So-
not heard this? What the fuck?
Because Dick is
I
kind of being a
missed
pussy
May.
about it and not really addressing it on his show. Have you seen his last episode though? Because
Yeah, I listened, but
where
like,
he had the polygamous fucking
Yeah.
cam guy on. Yeah, I mean
God.
he's drops like little hints, but he's never come out and officially said it.
Yeah.
On
I
the
yeah.
show,
messaged
at
May
least.
a couple days ago. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Did you not go on the
maybe
Reddit?
maybe
I did go on the Reddit. Now I'm pretty caught up.
All right.
I'm not in that community. Maybe I didn't hear about it because I've actually been happy the last like year listening to the Dick Show because I'm always the only guy who never liked Jamie Lynn Hughes on the show because I thought she fucking added nothing. Maybe I can't say anything because every podcast I'm on,
I think
I
Jamie's
also add
really
nothing.
hot. So I agree that she is kind
She
of
has-
a nothing burger.
It's fucking obnoxious. Like I hate her. I don't.
But,
Maybe
I mean,
that's
you
why
have to
I
you
was
have to
happy.
just excuse the fact that like most women guests on shows, you got to lower your expectations.
Jamie Lynn Hughes was always dog shit. But anyways, I I'm not into. I'm not
That
into
was
the
definitely
lore.
shade at you, Michelle.
Yeah, I know.
I'm joking though.
Based.
You guys seem to know a lot more about it than I do, so I'm curious to hear about
Oh
it.
yeah, I
haven't listened to
mean
the Big
mainly
Show in,
because
well over a year, so I'm out of the fucking loop. Holy
Yeah.
shit! This is some
I'm just glad that she
crazy,
has been
bonkers
off the
stuff.
show for a year because every time she was on, I wanted to fucking kill myself. I'm just, can we please skip the part where Jamie Lynn Hughes comes on? Can Dick just like talk or something?
Well, I mean, when you go back to
'Cause I
this
seem to be the
episode,
only guy
it's
who
very
didn't
clear
like
that
her.
she's like just flirting with Dick constantly. Like,
Yeah, I'm sure she was very interesting to him and him alone.
That's what, yeah, because I never wanted to say anything, but the only thing I would say is like she adds nothing.
I don't know.
Absolutely
I
nothing.
think she's kind of hot. So, like, you know,
Yeah, she's hot. But,
shout out
you know,
to Dick, I guess, for managing to convince two women to sleep with him at the same time. But one of the funniest stories from the leaks were that he was at Burning Man and he was trying to fuck Jamie,
Oh,
so
yeah.
he made 80s girls sleep in the truck while they fucked
know.
in the
What?
tent. Yeah, that
That was
happened.
the funniest.
what the fuck?
Yeah.
And Jamie was like living with them
No.
for a while. So like
No.
it goes fucking deep. And like I don't know. It's just kind of people
What?
are trying to, you know,
All right, so people are trying to
gotcha
cast
people who have new project twos.
people are trying to cast shade.
And,
And
but
I
by
underst-
people I mean Maddox and Maddox affiliated trash.
Yeah, because of course they are. But see,
Right.
here's the thing.
like Pot Awful, who is
But I look up to
fucking-
Daddy Dick, so I don't want to hear this. This is
I
sad.
mean, I still look up to him, and I look up to him more knowing the fact that he fucking got what he wanted, you know, and
Yeah.
now he is
I just
handling
disrespect-
all
I
this shit, and I
disrespect-
think he's kind of
Here-
handling it with some grace, although he's
I
kind
just
of being a
disres-
spurg about it.
yeah,
So-
I disrespect him and the fact that he won't admit that he eats ass, but like I still look up to the
Absolutely.
guy. I'm still a fan and I'm still a patron, so
What
this
the
is
fuck?
sad. I'm
It's
a
like, we
sad
need
boy.
you, the young people of today.
Yeah,
I'm
we
flattering
need
so,
you.
okay.
myself, not really. We need you to admit that you eat ass. You already admit that you fuck multiple women at the same time.
Yeah, you motherfucker.
Why can't you
Do you know how
just-
many times I've emailed him? Like I told you on the last stream. He emailed me back. I was in LA. This motherfucker was gonna meet up with me at Anime Expo, and he bailed on that. And I understand. I don't give a fuck. That was the meme. But this
But I do-
motherfucker, he goes on his what does he call those? He does every year where he reads off the name of
Oh, yeah,
every
the go
single
fuck
patron he has.
yourselves.
Yeah, the go fuck yourself live stream. And every time he gets to my name, he's like, "Oh, you're the eat ass guy." And I'm like, "Yeah, you motherfucker." I'm in the chat waiting for him, saying, "Admit you eat ass." He says, "No, I don't eat ass," and he blows me off.
Oh my god.
Fuck you, Dick.
So
Fuck you,
so-
Dick Masterson. I still
Does he
look
just
up
not
to you.
have a willing ass to eat? Because I will provide the ass, but
Well, all right. Well,
I hope he hears that.
he says the '80s girl. He's literally called that because of the '80s girl legs. So there is no fucking way that he doesn't have like a thick ass to eat. I know that
Right.
motherfucker eats ass. I feel it in my heart of hearts. And
I've met her. She is pretty.
he's gonna
nice
carry
ass.
that weight, motherfucker.
Absolutely.
Yes.
What
And
a fucking shame.
not only that,
Did they three-way
Yeah,
stuff? Why did she have to sleep in the truck?
Because the tent was too small or something. I don't know.
That's fucking stupid.
where did you hear
That's a
this?
Twitter's
What-
attitude right
It was
there.
on the Reddit thread where Jamie, I think, was doing her interview with some magazine. Some
Fuck in
Alright.
the truck.
crazy
So,
bullshit.
I am so out of the loop on fucking everything. Ugh.
so all right.
it was
all right,
just
so let's
really funny.
for the sake of argument, let's say that the people that are casting shade right now are not into polygamous relationships because they see them as some sort of abuse. Okay, because that's what you see floated a lot of the time, right? Is that
oh
in
yeah,
any
that
sort of
he's
relationship
manipulating them and
that he's manipulating them, or like somebody somewhere in that kind of relationship is not getting the most out of it that they should be, right?
Or like they're grown women or anything that can make decisions.
Oh
for
no,
them.
no, I'm saying for the sake of argument, right?
Yeah.
Let's for the sake of argument, let's say that's because that's the most common argument made, and I'm going to ignore the fact that most of them are Maddox trash. Okay, let's say that there's some like
Oh my
let's say that
gosh.
there are some
But those
sincere.
are the same fucking assholes who are out there
I know.
endorsing when women have multiple partners. Like that fucking fat chick with
Yes.
5 boyfriends
May.
or whatever.
I understand what you're talking about. Okay,
Did you
what
hear
I'm
that
getting?
one of the guys like beat
Yes,
up
I saw
the
that.
baby
Yes,
Oh
I
my
did.
God.
Wait, what?
Everything
Why
is-
does no one tell me this shit? I
Have
have like no idea.
Have
gotta
you
go
guys
digging.
seen the fat chick with the polygamous?
Unfortunately,
5 boyfriends?
yes.
Unfortunately, yes.
Yeah, one of the boyfriends
Oh,
beat the
yeah.
baby.
He almost killed the baby, and
Yeah.
that was not the first time that happened.
Yeah.
Where the fuck do you guys read this? I'm so glad that I'm
Twitter.
not a part of these communities.
The kill stream,
Like,
dude.
I literally have no idea what you guys are talking about.
All you have to do is follow Ethan Ralph on Twitter. You get a fucking boatload of interesting information.
Absolutely. Shout out,
I'm just-
Ethan
I'm
Ralph.
just gonna put my Ghost Sick Blu-ray in the fucking Xbox, press play, and cry in the fucking corner. I don't know what fucking communities you guys are in.
Okay, but
This is fucking traumatizing.
What the fuck are you talking about? You are in the same communities. You watch Who Are These Podcasts. You watch The Dick Show. Dick constantly has Ralph's cock in his mouth.
Well, I should say I have not heard any of this. Maybe I don't participate as much as you guys, because I did not know any of this. But it is
That's really
fascinating.
funny.
May, remember when I was over at your house for RadCon and we were listening to that one Ralph stream?
Oh yeah,
The
the
legendary
Ralph
Ralph
stream where
stream?
he got banned from D Live and was
Yeah,
very
and-
visibly drunk and
Yeah, very drunk, just swearing he wasn't drunk. That was
well. I mean, okay, cut the man some slack. His wife left him.
yeah.
He's not
but
handling it well,
That
but
was
maybe he
insane.
is because he has like an e-girl around.
listening
but,
to that live was nuts.
So you
Oh my
guys
gosh,
know
me
so much
too.
more
It's
than I do.
completely. I don't know. I feel bad. Like I feel like I
on
was watching
stream
his
with,
downward spiral.
like
I was
no.
I was on stream with when I was on Nick Arcade's show with Gator Gamer and who's Zidane? Is that his name? Zidane? That was the closest thing to Ralph I have ever even experienced.
Well, you
because
should be watching this because apparently, fucking Nick Rakita was in on this last night. He went on.
I
He
saw
had
that.
PPP on his shit, and PPP was like
He
debating
doxed it.
Medicare. Yeah, what the fuck is going on? Like all of these guys are like
Yeah.
trying to cling on to this one little chance to fuck over somebody who may have slighted them just for the littlest bit of attention.
Well, all I
Okay.
was going to say is, like,
Oh
it
my
seems like you guys
gosh.
know so much more about this than me because I cannot stand Ralph's fucking voice. I can't listen to the fucking guy. Like, nothing against him. I don't know, like you said, that his wife
Okay,
left him.
that's-
Like, I don't know this shit. I just,
You don't know
Halloween.
country accents?
But
He's
we-
from
the dude has a
Virginia.
voice where
He's
I
from
want
my
to punch him in the
country.
fucking mouth. Like, I can't listen to the fucking
But-
guy, so I don't know anything about him because I don't listen to him.
No
But Holy,
violence
this is-
against Ralph.
you this way you just follow him on Twitter because you get all the relevant bits.
Yeah.
By
Don't
doing
even
that.
get on Twitter. Like, we talked about this the other day. Everyone was like, well, even May said, she's like, well, you're not even participating in like the Who Are These Podcasts Discord. I'm over here like, I didn't even know there was one. Like, I'm not involved in any of these things. I don't know shit. I don't read Twitter. I
You're
don't get
a
on
pure
fucking
man.
Twitter.
But all of
I
the
don't-
fucking shit has moved on to Discord now. Like everything has a Discord.
I already
Alright,
told you, 23-year-old boomer.
So, all right. Basically, if we eliminate the ulterior motives of those going after New Project 2 people and going after Dick, okay? I get it. Because I also don't think personally that a polyamorous relationship of any sort is ever good. I don't think that it's usually going I just don't I think it's really hard to
it's-
maintain.
But it's like
and
it's not
I'm
hypocritical
not- okay.
for Dick to be this way. Like this is exactly
No, and
what
that's-
he says you should be like.
Yes, no, and that's what I'm getting at is that while I personally don't think that it's a good idea
Turned out
because
real
I
well for him.
because I personally don't I mean I'll be honest I would not have the amount of confidence in my ability to keep something like that from falling apart and I wouldn't
Right.
want to risk it,
Yeah.
right? However, I also simultaneously acknowledge that there are people out there who can do that and why the fuck do you give so much of a shit?
Sure, but
It's-
wait. Correct me if
It's
I'm
not
wrong.
for
I thought
9 out of
Nick
10
would make
people.
fun of people in polyamorous relationships. I thought he made fun of that because of Matic. Am I wrong? Or is he in support of that? I always thought he made fun of polyamorous relationships.
He made fun of cuckoldry. But
That's
Polly,
adult
he thinks
adult
Polly's like
coloring book
super
color.
alpha. Like, you know, you have two women on your arms, but it's not okay. It's like not okay if a woman does it, you know? That's kind of how he is. But I mean, that's in
Oh.
line with how he is because he's a misogynist character. Like Dick Masterson is a misogynist. He wrote
Yeah, so
men are
it-
better
it-
than women. Like,
It-
why
it-
is anybody surprised, and why does anybody think that they are gonna like
Well, I
people
mean,
on New Project 2 are gonna disavow Dick?
Well,
In the
well,
late
the thing-
episodes of The Biggest Problem in the Universe, he always made fun of Maddox for being like in the LA scene, going to like adult coloring book parties and polyamorous get-togethers and stuff.
Well,
so
I
I
mean,
because-
always
well,
thought
he's
that's-
he made fun of
projecting,
that.
probably, honestly.
Well, I would
Did
say
you
that's
think?
no, I
Yeah.
would say that's because he saw Maddox as not actually doing any of the legwork to make, like, he was using events, or he was allowing some exterior force to enable him to do stuff like that, as opposed to like just putting in the legwork himself.
Mm-hmm.
That probably was it. But the thing that bothers me so much about it is, like, I don't care if you have a legitimate concern over the idea of polyamorous relationships, because I do too. But it's not your fucking business. And if it fucking worked, why do you care?
Yeah.
Like, honestly, why do you give so much of a shit who fucks who? Especially
the people who are mad are just people who are not getting any pussy or attention. It's like
Yeah,
fucking
no,
Maddox.
it's so transparently obvious, because Dick would not have been able to do this if 80s Girl was not okay with him doing it, number one. So it's not
Yeah.
like he was, he's not cheating on her, because there's no way he would have been able to do it without her knowing. He wouldn't. That's not even in the question. So all parties involved were totally okay with it, right? And why do you care so much about who fucks who? Because God, it doesn't fucking matter. It really fucking doesn't.
No, absolutely.
This is all
Like,
news.
it is so transparently obvious
Yeah.
to me that the only people who give a shit about this, like, even if they say they have some sort of moral offense to the very existence of it, no, motherfucker, you just don't like Dick and you want a piece of that fucking pie.
Right.
Shut the fuck up. I would be all right with people shitting on Dick for having done it if they just admitted that, you know what, I fucking don't like Dick and this is a good opportunity for me to fucking throw down. If you just fucking went out there and were like, I'm
Moral
using
high
this.
ground, which is what they're trying to
Yeah,
appeal to.
don't try to have the moral high ground. Just shit on Dick like a fucking man, because that's what he does to you.
Absolutely.
That's not the
This was-
game that the
this
other
was-
side plays, though. In the
Yeah,
the
that's
war,
what- Like,
Well, that's
yeah,
why Dick
exactly.
and
Like,
that's why Dick and that community will always be at odds,
Right.
because he has balls and they don't.
I mean,
and
yeah,
like
pretty
you guys already said, as I said earlier, this was all news to me because obviously you guys are on like Reddit reading all this shit or whatever the fuck.
I mean, I'm on
But
Twitter
I-
reading it, but
Or yeah, but I obviously had no idea about any of this shit. But at the end of the day, I'm still a fan of Dick, and in a month
Same.
from now,
Right.
obviously, I mean, it's fun for us to talk about it now, but in a month, no one's gonna fucking remember or give a fuck.
yeah, and
it's
let us
gonna
not.
blow over. Like, I
Well,
don't.
yeah, exactly. Let us not forget that the only reason that people still like care and talk about the fact that Maddox is a cuck and that he fucked over Dick is because Maddox won't leave it the fuck alone.
Right.
Dick will just not care and will just not mention it. I actually think that's why he's not talking about it.
No,
I
he
don't
obviously
think
does care because when he goes on the kill stream, he talks about it, and he also had that polyamorous guy on his show because he wanted to present that in a kind of a more macho light, like, oh, I do this because it fits in with the Dick show.
No, I mean,
I think he's really sensitive to people, like, especially people threatening to dox 80s Girl, bringing her into drama. He's very sensitive about that. So, like, I just see
as he
when
should be.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's very normal. Like, I'm not surprised or shocked by
But what-
that, but
What I'm saying is that the reason it's going to blow over is that Dick isn't going to ride the fucking train on it. He's not going to keep bringing it up and constantly be, as soon as people just forget, so will Dick.
I mean,
Because-
I don't know.
Because
I think
because
he's already
I
on
don't-
kind of like a weird downward spiral with this shit.
I don't think that Dick is dumb enough to make the same
Oh,
mistake
he's
that Maddox
out there
did.
calling fucking Lou the kitty hot.
Yeah, that
No,
that's-
okay. I don't think that he's dumb enough to
How
make
can I
the same
trust
mistake.
anything he says now?
I don't. I don't think
boy.
that he is dumb enough to make the same mistake that Maddox did and just continually bring it up all the time and keep it fresh in everybody's mind. I don't think he'll do that.
I I mean,
Now, maybe
he's
I'll be
doing
proven
it
wrong.
right now.
Maybe.
He's going up on the kill
Because it's-
stream and talking about
Yes,
it.
because it's relevant and people are going to talk about it regardless of what he says.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So so in a way he is obligated to defend himself.
Especially when
right?
people are going on New Project 2 and just like contacting everybody who has an account and trying to fucking get them to say certain things.
What I'm saying is that as soon as the sensationalism of it goes away, I think Dick will pull back from it.
Oh yeah, I mean, I think so too, but
he's not going to be a Maddox and just keep fucking, every chance he gets bringing it up.
Well, he's trying not to bring it up unless somebody else does it, but he is showing up in places where people can bring it up.
That's how his show has always been.
I'm gonna dip out for a second.
All right. Well, that's how the Dick show has always been too. That's the attitude. Like he thinks it's funny now and it makes content, but the show goes on.
Oh yeah.
No one's gonna fucking remember it unless they go back through the Dick show and just listen to every episode. Like it's not.
Well, I mean, I think people will remember
no
it,
one's
and it's
gonna
part
remember.
of the running narrative of Maddox and Dick.
The
fact that Maddox is involved in this means that it's inherently part of the history of the show, and the fact that Jamie Lynn Hughes was such a big part of the show, it's like this is why it's coming up like years later.
That's arguable. I mean,
just the fact that there are people that
she was
people
a dog
know
shit
who
part of
she
the thing.
is, that she is a
yeah.
part of the show. Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's really fucking interesting, but like, obviously I don't think people should give a fuck about that.
Well,
but I do think Polly is fucking whack. That's all I have to say. Polly is fucking straight retarded. Why would you want to be with two women?
Yeah, that sounds like hell.
I don't know.
Nothing else. You're introducing another point of failure into an already unbalanced equation.
It's not for 9 out of 10 people just like porn isn't, but for some reason everyone's doing both those things.
Yeah.
So.
What did I miss? What were the points brought up?
Polly is trash.
Jamie Lynn Hughes is a shitty podcaster, and I'm really glad that she's not been on the Dick show.
Yeah, fuck that hoe. Let's stop saying
vampire.
her name and giving her attention. Fuck that hoe.
So we're all kind of in agreement that Polly is just not a good idea in general.
Yes, yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, because it's a bad idea. Because most reasonable people would be like, well, that's a bad fucking idea. One of those bitches is going to get jealous and try to fuck you over.
Yeah, shit. Yeah, that's
the
my
only
thing,
reason
right?
they're into Polly in the first place is because they're fucking control freaks.
Especially if you're famous, like then that's two people having dirt on you at the same time.
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, this is part of why I'm not into it is that even if you can maintain it for a while, you can't maintain it indefinitely. And eventually, someone's going to get butthurt, and someone is going to try to ruin your life, and probably has the ammunition with which to do so.
Yeah.
But also, if we scale it back a little bit, and obviously you guys all know my ethos, can we at least admit within the conversation while we're talking about it that it is funny?
It's hysterical.
It's extremely
hysterical.
It's extremely funny to make fun of.
The fact that 80s girl had to sleep in the fucking truck.
That's the best part. That is the best.
Yeah.
part.
I don't know how you can do that to somebody and not expect it to backfire. Like in
The
some
only
way.
person that should be embarrassed is her for that.
And it doesn't Dick
I
have
agree,
like
I agree.
Like, oh,
80s girl and Jamie are fucking embarrassments of women.
I would kill
Does it-
myself.
All I have
Does
to
it-
say.
Doesn't Dick also have like a much older truck? Like
don't
it's not like a
know.
new
Sure.
truck
Sure.
because that means that not only did 80s girl have to sleep in a truck, she had to sleep in a truck that doesn't have like normally like no modern amenities, like no comfortable seats.
Well, they were in
no
a
like
Wow,
tent.
her boyfriend's
wasn't
fucking
it
another
was
girl.
comfy.
it what?
I mean, like, they were sleeping in a fucking tent. It's not like any of it was comfortable,
No, but you get what I'm saying? Like it's not like not only did he like give her the raw deal, but he gave her the raw deal in like there was no way to see it in like a positive light. It's
absolutely.
it's like hey 80s girl, go sleep in the truck, which it's not like 80s girl could go sleep in the truck and be like, well, at least this thing has like automatic climate control or like, nice seats that are like soft and comfortable. I'm pretty sure Dick has like an older truck. So it was like, go sleep in like the truck that you get what I'm saying?
Imagine just like you're in a shitty truck by yourself. Your boyfriend's fucking some other girl. You know it. You're just sitting there in the dark,
I can't
listening
think
to
of
other
any
people having
place
fun.
I would rather not be than where Dick and fucking Jamie are fucking. I don't know. I would pick the truck.
And you're at Coachella. I can't imagine a worse situation.
I think they're at Burning Man.
Being
I
at
don't
Anime
know,
Expo. Whatever. It's still shitty.
Coachella is
That's what I
fucking fancy, right? That's
Yeah,
where
exactly.
Very,
It'll
fucking
matter.
Vanessa
If
and
I-
Hudgens goes.
If for the last 40 years, Studio Gainax's ethos for being in a like, if you're an otaku and that's okay, and that means the world to you, the same on the other end for everything that I believe in is that this is the funniest shit I've heard in a while, and it deserves to be made fun of. Anything polyamorous deserves to be made fun of. Just
Yes.
scale it back. It's funny as fuck.
It is. It truly, truly is.
Oh boy.
Like I said, that's my ethos in
Well-
life is
well-
make everything as funny as possible. This is fucking hilarious.
May, you said you wanted to have a more color-focused stream tonight. Did you want to go ahead and start bringing
Oh
people
yeah, I
in?
was just gonna say that. Tom, is there anything you want to talk about, or Michelle?
Not
Yeah, discount.
particularly. Play the game, buy the shirts, coupon code May, $5 off everything in the store.
Fuck yeah, link in the
That's it.
description.
I'm gonna go buy it after this stream.
Hell yeah.
All right.
Rants are coming. Continue.
Okay, I'm gonna bring in Simon because they
Yes.
were talking about mushroom hunting. So you're in the call, Simon, or Pismid.
Is he muted?
Yeah, give him a second.
Hello? Hello?
What's up, bitch?
You're on the show.
Wow, I'm on the show.
All right, I'm
That
gonna
was
be right
really
back
quick.
Really quick.
Okay, I was not expecting to be on the show this soon. I'm surprised.
You are.
What do you have for us, my dude?
I have several things. Once again, I have an itemized list because taking notes helps me. First order of business that I need to let everybody know. Ash, I need to apologize to you.
Oh, for what?
So last time you remember I came on and I was like, "Oh, your chart's shit. I hate it and you're dumb."
Uh-huh.
And you said, "Well, at least the only people, and you didn't want to argue with me because you said the only people who you really hate are the ones who didn't watch the video."
Mm-hmm.
I lied to you and said that I watched the video. I had not. And I want to apologize. I have watched the video since. It took May making a video about it for me to actually give a shit. And you know what? That's my bad. It's my fault. I still think it's kind of dumb, but now I get where you're coming from.
All right. Yeah, that's all I ask.
I still think it's
Yeah.
dumb. My 0, 5, 10 scale, flawless. I was rating my shows yesterday on Mal, and I'm like, dude, I have the most perfect system in the universe. 0,
Michelle-
5, 10. That's it.
Michelle, I agree with you. Also, thank you for tweeting out my art. I love
Oh.
you.
You're welcome. I know.
Well,
I'm glad we're Twitter friends,
But-
Michelle.
Do you use
Oh,
the
yeah.
chart to rate Gosa? I mid
I'm back.
Wait, say that again.
and rate Gosick because whether or not we can be friends or not is the answer to the question.
You know what? I'm really sorry. I did not rate Gosick. I don't know what the fuck a Gosick is. I know you really
Neither.
like it, but I don't give a shit.
Oh, that's the
I'm
meme.
glad somebody else here doesn't know what the fuck that is.
Simon,
it's
I
called
accept
context clues.
It's
Oh my
an
God.
anime.